Hello everybody, my name is Connor and welcome back to NobleAstaTCG, where I post my games, learn from my misplays, and count on your feedback to grow. Today, we are playing Green Purple Luffy into Blue Purple Luffy, and look at our starting hand. This is looking pretty good. Of course, we've got the Searcher, we got a Sanji and Pudding, and we are ready to go. Turn 2. Not sure what I want to take off of the Blue Purple Luffy here, but turn 2 seemed pretty good. We're going to go ahead, play stage, and then search our top 5 with our Nami. Gonna go ahead, not see anything too crazy. Gonna grab the 2K Zoro. Bottom decking the rest, of course. Nothing. I felt like the Luffy might have been a good draw, but he just ramped so fast that didn't feel great there. The 6K coming in from the Luffy leader. We are going to go ahead and take and get another Sanji and Pudding. We are sitting so good, but Gear 2 going to be able to ramp them a little faster than I want. For Dawn turn here, that Luffy might have been really nice. I think that Luffy actually probably would have been a better play. We're just going to go ahead and swing really big here. Of course he's going to take it. I don't know if that, I think that Luffy might have been a better play considering what we had in hand, but of course, I didn't know I was going to get another Sanji and Pudding out of my life there, but yeah, my opponent is at 6 Dawn, so that Luffy would have been able to trigger, so probably should have grabbed that, but the Rosinante going to get played, trashing a Gear 2 there, and passing turn, leaving 1 Dawn up. We are now on 6 Dawn, which is great. 5 Dawn means Sanji and Pudding. Now we can swing freely into Luffy without any Dawn investment. So Sanji and Pudding comes down. We are at equal or less, so we're going to draw into another Demon Aura. Not great, not terrible, but not really what we want to see. Demon Aura, something we want to probably hold on to for the later game there, I believe. So yep, we -2 Dawn, did not restand or gain back our Dawn, got distracted making sure we found our dice. Gotta get better at getting those out. But 2 Dawn for the Nami Searcher. I am loving that Nami Searcher. I did just see a Green Purple Luffy list that looked similar but wasn't running the Zoros, and I might try it on the sim. I'll probably be hosting some sim games actually and going over them, but here we are going to grab the Zoro Juro. Of course, Luffy at this point feels like a 1K at best. We're going to buff the Sanji and Pudding, and with our 2 Dawn up, we could swing 7. I like to try and think about Thunder Bagua. Of course, my opponent doesn't have 2 Dawn up there, so no worry about Thunder Bagua, but he's already ramped pretty successfully, I say, so we swing the 7, that's an easy 2K and passing turn. That Rosinante, a bit of a pain in the ass, honestly, to speak. The 8K swing coming at lead, and that is just slightly annoying to counter out of. Another Sanji and Pudding out of life, pretty crazy. Another 8K, I can do my math. And yeah, nothing we can really do to get out of it, so we do end up using Demon Aura here, so yeah, I don't know. And he is going to pass with a stupid amount of Dawn up in classic Blue Purple Luffy fashion, and I feel like that makes Blue Purple Luffy so hard to play into now. It's just the fact that they just have started without like Big Bomb and Katakuri. They're now playing this build that just leaves so much Dawn up, which I get it, it's fun, I enjoy it, but it's tough to, they just don't die, and that's, yeah, it's cool for them, not for me. But we are gonna go ahead and tap 5 and establish one of our other Sanji and Puddings, drawing a card, drawing into a 2K Usohachi. At this point, I am thrilled to see some 2Ks. We're going to go ahead, leader ability -2, restand to get 2 back active. I know I say it every game, but look how good that Dawn looks. I need to get Croc Foil Dawn, I really do. But we're going to go ahead, thinking about swinging. Yeah, that sounds correct to me. 6 into Rosinante, going to get a 2K out of hand. 7 into Rosinante, going to get the Thunder Bagua, which they already are going to be able to leader ability next turn, so Thunder Bagua or swinging here is fine. We got a Thunder Bagua out of hand. I think ultimately that's worth it. We are going to go ahead, tap 4, and establish the Zoro, looking for probably another counter, and no green cards except for the Demon Sword, but we are going to take the Usohachi, just looking for 2Ks, and as I say, take the shiniest card in the search. That is definitely the Usohachi. Although the Sanji pretty close, but he is going to go ahead do his leader ability, grabbing the 5-cost Nami. Grabbing the 5-cost Nami off the top of the deck. My voice just gave out there for a second, and I'm leaving it in. But I'm definitely feeling a little nervous here. This is the point in the game where Luffy starts to get pretty out of control, and yeah, I think we just need to, especially since he established that Rosinante early, it's really hard, I think, to deal with it. Potentially, I could have swung more aggressively into the Rosinante, but I think getting Sanji and Pudding and getting the Zorojuro on the field, just more bodies to swing, I think feels like a smarter play here. 6K at lead. We are just probably going to end up giving a 2K here. Yeah, 2K. Another 6 at lead. He's just farming 2Ks out of my hand at this point. 2K with the Zoro. 9 Sanji into Mihawk. Gonna bottom deck a Sanji and Pudding. Saw that coming. Definitely a bit of a bummer. He's gonna restand to Dawn and pass. We do have our 6-cost Luffy in our hand now. I think, did we have one earlier? I can't remember if we have another one or if I'm just thinking of a different game, but yeah, 6-cost Luffy's. I'm running 3 right now, and I feel like it might be too much, honestly. And the list I was looking at, it does only run 2, which I like. I think I like that. But we do establish a Sanji and Pudding. We are going to buff this Sanji and Pudding. Hopefully he doesn't see a second Mihawk to bottom deck this one. Leader ability, we're going to -2 restand to get 2 back active. And buff ourselves there. Now we have some Dawn to play with. We have 2 of the 6-cost Luffy's in hand. There is a world, I think, where I established that 6-cost. And I don't even feel like I have to, swing and restand with him, but we're going to go ahead and swing 6 into, I assume, lead. But regardless, easy 1K. So, just trying to get some counter out of hand, and I feel like there's a couple matches I need to work on, and as I've mentioned, I think I've narrowed down my decks to green, purple, Luffy, and Ace. Ace is feeling really fun. Of course, I haven't played too much Ace, so I'm not, experienced with him, I guess. But green, purple, Luffy is definitely feeling really, really good. And of course, let's not lie, Gum Gum Giant is stupid. But we are going to go ahead, thinking about taking stage there, just get more cards in hand. But we are going to go ahead and take the 2K in the Sanji there, off of the Zorojuro. We're going to swing another 7. Easy 2K for my opponent. Pretty unfortunate there, not going to lie. And now we're thinking, do I play another Searcher? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead, tap 2, play another Searcher. I definitely think that... Yeah, not being able to take the Nami, we are going to take Gum Gum Giant, getting 3 Gum Gum Giants in our hand. I think probably swinging, attaching more Dawn and swinging more aggressively. Although we whittled his hand size pretty low with how these small hits, and I could be... Let me know what you guys think, because I feel like swinging small, 6s, 7s into Luffy is really good, because if they giant out of a 6K swing, that feels terrible. I mean, I've done it before, and it feels pretty rough, but sometimes they're bricked up, so... Maybe these small swings are good, and I think that's the mindset I'm in right now is, hey, these small swings are really good, I want to get these small swings, but that being said, we've accumulated a large hand, and this is partially a blue deck, so there is a chance to face the wrath of Pudding, which is not something we really want, especially at this point where he has not only, you know, the Rosinante, which is a decent-sized body, but both Sanji and Mihawk. And hey, there she is. There's our girl. So, a little unfortunate there. I think I definitely should have played a little bit better around the Pudding, but you live and you learn. And yeah, we're going to shuffle that hand, get 5 cards. Hopefully we're going to draw into some decent cards. Hopefully it's not going to be as terrible as some of the other Puddings we've faced, but I mean, I feel like Pudding, I feel like Pudding is such a hard card to decide to play, at least for me, because half the time when I play it, my opponents are like, hey, thanks. So overall, this hand, we got really lucky with this hand. So 6 into Luffy, I'm going to give him that 1k. 6 into Zoro, I let him go again because I need these cards to counter out of my life. I'm feeling definitely a little pressured, or potentially even counter out of a Sanji and Pudding. I want to keep that Sanji and Pudding on the board, of course, because now we're down by 1. So gonna Gum Giant out of that Sanji and Pudding, or the 9k swing at Sanji and Pudding. And yeah, he still has a good amount of Dawn up. Looks like a 10 potentially coming at the Sanji and Pudding, but it looks like he decides to swing 9 and 2k 1k there. I'm feeling like I want that Sanji and Pudding on the board. I definitely feel like I do, especially because now I feel like we're playing a little behind the Pudding, getting rid of our humongous hand size and making it just a 2-card hand. Pretty tough. Thankfully, we did get a couple of searchers, and we did get stage here, so we're going to be able to rebuild some of our hand size. Not all of it, but some of it. But we are going to buff the Sanji and Pudding. Tap 1 to play another stage to draw into another Sanji and Pudding. Gonna actually buff the same Sanji and Pudding. I don't hate that play. Puts it out of Mihawk range, but not crazy about it. But the second Sanji and Pudding coming, or the third, excuse me, I can count. Sanji and Pudding coming down, gonna get us 3 active Dawn, just back from our Dawn deck. Yep, so we are at 10 Dawn. Look at that gold Croc Dawn. We love Crocodile here. But gonna go ahead, tap 1, play the Nami, trying to find a Gum Giant or something to help sustain me, and we're gonna go ahead, take the 2k Zoro. Maybe we play that blocker Zoro here, maybe we don't. 3 cards in hand though, and we need another Giant, so no luck on the Giant in the search here. So now we're trying to swinging 7 at lead. I think... Okay, yeah, so I messed this up here. I go 7 at lead, and then I switch to Rosinante. He lets Rosinante go. I think I should have just swung 7 Rosinante, then 7 at lead. I don't think it mattered too much, but we're in a position where I do feel like I have to go for game, which is next to impossible here, I think. What am I doing? Swinging 6 at lead, trying to get a counter or something, but yeah, we are gonna go ahead, swing 6, get the counter, and play the Zoro blocker just to try and make the game last a little longer. Hopefully we find a Giant in our life, or something. If we can find a Giant in life, or even potentially Demonic Aura, there is a world where we could win, but that Pudding really hurt. So 6 at Zoro. I am gonna let Zoro go here. 9 at Sanji and Pudding. Trying to think about how I want to do this. Yeah, I will let this one go. I definitely don't have the counter for it, and I know that if I block, there's going to be another swing coming. Here, though, a little different. I am going to block this swing because I think I'm in a position where I can, even with just having 2 cards in hand, I think I'm in a position where I can protect the Sanji and Pudding from another swing, depending how aggressively he swings. And he swings aggressively, a little more aggressively than I thought he was going to. But we end up getting a Demon Aura here. Of course, I missed those 2 6-cost Luffy's we had in hand. at this moment. If we had those, we would be in a great spot, but we don't. So we're kind of in this situation where I'm like, okay, well, at this point, what do I do? I don't feel like I really am in a good position here, and I want to try. I don't have Gum Gum, I don't have a Searcher, so we are going to play Demon Aura. I'm going to go ahead and rest the Nami and one of his Dawn, and I'm thinking I just split and try and get game that way. Gonna get the 1 Dawn back. We have 9 Dawn to play with, and I'm gonna try. I'm just hoping he doesn't have a giant. I know it's very unlikely, but yeah, gonna swing pretty big here with Sanji and Pudding. 11, and there's the giant. Yeah, forgot, for some reason I trashed my stage. I don't know. But gets out of that hit, and now I'm thinking, okay, is there a world where I can survive this? And maybe instead of going for game, well, I feel like even swinging out board with that would have been countered. So the Thunder Bagua goes through. We leave 1 Dawn up, and pass turn. We are definitely in a tough spot. If we can find a giant out of life, there's a chance maybe we can do something here, but yeah, just I think putting really the turning point for us in this game. I think we were doing a really good job, but we are gonna find a giant out of life. Look at that, we're built different, and a 0 cost event, so there is a world where we can potentially do something here. The big Mihawk swing coming through. I can't even count how much Dawn that is. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14k, I believe. We are gonna go ahead, counter out with the Gum Gum Giant. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That gets us to 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think I might have over countered. I can't remember if it was. Yeah, I can't remember if it was 15 or 16. But yeah, there he definitely would have had it there. So, overall, I think Pudding really set us behind, and I think that's something I need to be more aware of, is countering out for the Pudding play, or just not establishing, because I'm so used to playing green purple Luffy as a get all the cards in your hand as you can, but when you're playing into blue decks like, you know, blue purple Luffy or even blue red Ace, like, I'm gonna need to keep my hand within a reasonable size, and I think that's something that I need to keep in mind with this deck. But yeah, overall, really love this deck, having so much fun with it. I'm feeling really good on it. I think I'm gonna try the other list I was talking about, but yeah, that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
すぐに片付けますのでご安心を。おらー、これじゃあキリがねえ。